Hey everyone, it's Karen. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a fantastic week. As you can see, I have Aleana hand out today. I'm going to be doing like a kind of little salon friendly nail art design. And in fact, this design that I'm doing today is probably one of my favorite nail art designs to do because I love anything sort of gemstony, quartzy, anything like that there. So I'm really excited about this one. But also, I'm also excited because I wanted to share something which is especially for you guys. So, the lovely folks at Madam Glam have sent me a discount code with a link. It's in the description down below, and it's about their online academy. And I didn't even know this existed myself, but it's full of little workshops and courses which are brilliant for all levels, whether you're professional, home user, whatever. And I am such an advocate for learning. You know, you better your skills, you know, it helps you learn new techniques, it helps you with application and all that good stuff. So go check it out, go have a look, because there is some brilliant workshops and courses on there for you to better your skills, to have a look at, and just enjoy creating nail art as well as learning something new. So links down below, but just for now we're going to get jumping into today's video, and yeah, I hope you enjoy, but go check that out. Anyways, I'm going to be, like I say, I'm going to be using my hand, and I'm going to be doing the same design on each finger there, as you can see. And the reason I wanted to do that is because as I start off obviously here with a pointer finger, as I go along each finger, and this is a wonderful thing about a practice hand, is that I think that you get better and better as you practice the same design over and over. You know, you might have a client come in, or you might even be doing it on yourself, where you know, you really like a design, but you kind of want to perfect that. So it sort of takes a bit of sort of, you know, practice makes perfect. So anyways, we've started off with a layer of that beautiful Madam Glam gel polish, along with, this is some of Nail Sugar Micro Mylar that I'm actually just very gently applying, or sort of tapping into the uncured layer of that gel polish there, because we're going to actually cure that on. So this is going to be about creating sort of depth and layers, and it's such a beautiful design. So I'm just going to repeat the same process on the other nails as well too as I go along, and this also enables me to kind of look back at the first one. If there's something I don't like, I can sort of change it as I go along. So I'm sort of practicing with my hand as I go along. So anyways, yeah, so I'm just sprinkling that into the other fingers, and then we'll move on then to the next bit. Okay, so now that we're out of the lamp, I'm going to apply a second coat of that gel polish. Now, as you can see, it is incredibly sheer. So this is still going to allow the micro mylar to sort of peek through, which is going to give it some depth. But I am going to add a little bit more here, just to kind of, again, it's just about creating that depth. So I'm going to do that on the pointer finger, and I'm also going to do that then as well on the rest of the nails. Now the trick to applying this second layer of gel polish is to keep it really thin and almost kind of like pull it off as you're applying it, if that makes sense. So, and then go on ahead then and just add another little bit of micro mylar. Again, not too much, you know, you don't want to sort of to overdo it. Once that's been cured then, you can go back in with some base coat and start sort of encapsulating that design a little bit. Now we don't want to do this too much, and we don't want to make it too thick, but what I like to do, as you can see here, is that I kind of try and pull that base coat sort of over towards the center, so that the actual side walls of the nails don't end up too bulky. And you can also obviously turn the hand around so that you're allowing kind of gravity to do its thing and create almost a slight apex with that base coat. I will say, obviously, it's very, very runny base coat. So if you have a like of a builder gel, this would work absolutely beautiful. I just didn't have any at that moment in time, so that's why I was just using a standard base coat. But a clear builder or anything like that there would work beautifully as well too. So once that's applied, and cured. I'm then going to wipe off that tacky layer. As you can see here, I'm giving it a really good wipe. I'm trying to keep as much of this in real time as possible. And then just going in with a really soft buffer. I'm just buffing out those little bits that are kind of just sort of sitting up. Now, don't worry if this, you know, sort of, if you buff down a little bit into that mylar, again, you know, we're not too worried about that. We just kind of want to create some nice smoothness to move on to our next stage, which you'll see in a little moment. Okay, so once they've been nicely buffed, we're just going to wipe off any excess dust with some rubbing alcohol. And then this is white gel polish, and I'm just applying this using a gel brush. And again, with this being my first nail, I just thought I'll try this out. This actually ended up my least favourite nail. Again, I think because it was just the first one, and then as you kind of like go along and you work down the other nails, you kind of get more of a feel as to what you think looks more natural. Like I say, because this is sort of like a you know, it's a natural sort of stone, it's a quartz nail, so you know, and nature just kind of, it does its own thing, so don't overthink this. I think that was part of my problem when creating this design here on this nail. I was kind of overthinking it and being a wee bit sort of I don't know, just a wee bit too sort of picky or just faffy, that kind of thing. So anyway, so that was my first attempt, and it was okay, but I knew, no, I can do better than that there. But as I walked down, as I went down the nails, I could sort of see where I was going with this, and then I ended up where actually the pinky was my favourite of all. So it sort of then gave me a gauge that if I was doing this again in the future, what I would actually sort of stick to. So this is the beauty of doing it on a practice hand and kind of, you know, repeating that same design over and over until you sort of get it to how you really want it to look. But like I say, I'm just sort of dipping my gel brush into that into the alcohol, and in fact there was actually some on there whenever I lifted some of the gel polish on this one, and I thought it really made it look a lot more natural, sort of more of the look that I was going for. So as I kept sort of working through it, I could sort of get my own technique going. So yeah, definitely keep some rubbing alcohol, keep it on your brush, and then just apply that gel polish, and as you go along you'll see how you kind of like it yourself, if that makes sense. I kind of feel like I'm waffling a bit here, but just go with it and trust the process on this as well too, because it will look beautiful at the end. Again, this here then is just a layer of base coat as well, just to kind of cover everything over. And I think I ended up actually doing 2 coats of this, but the reason that I was doing it is for this reason here, is I like to give it a buff, a sort of a final buff over. To me, the nails look so much better whenever you give it a finished buff. And as you can see here, even if you're keeping them matte, because you can sort of get an idea, they are absolutely gorgeous. And sort of part of me wishes that I did keep them matte, but they're really nice as well with the glossy finish. And they turned out so lovely anyway. So just giving them a clean over now after I have buffed, and then moving on to the top coat. And you know, at any point you can add any more detail if you want to, but I was happy enough with this. So just adding that top coat onto all the nails, and then we will have a look at the finished result. Ta-da! So there we go, guys. That is the finished look, our salon friendly rose quartz nails. I really, really, really enjoyed doing these. And the pinky is definitely my favourite. I did find as I went along doing this here that the pinky turned out the best for me. But anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I hope that you go and check out Madam Glam's Academy, see if there's a course for you on there, a little workshop for you on there, and yeah, and just, you know, enjoy browsing through. Maybe there's something you want to try out. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back next week. Have a great one. Bye.